Hey everybody, day 13. I am feeling pretty good. Went to the gym for the first time in like 2.5 years. So going to get into another topic today. My friend Randy had asked me to go into a little bit about keyword research and how to target certain keywords. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to talk about a couple free tools, a couple paid tools, and how I usually go about finding keywords. Yesterday my mic like disconnected for some reason. I really like this Shure mic, but the cable that came with it just doesn't clip into the back of the microphone for some reason. It keeps falling out, so I had to find another micro USB cable for this, which is kind of funny that they still use micro USB, which is like the old Android charger. But I found a new cable, so it should be good today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to talk about a few keywords here. Let's just talk about Ahrefs first. So Ahrefs is probably the most popular tool for like SEO and search marketing. It was like the go-to tool for everybody, which, you know, I've shown you this tool several times looking at the domain rating because it's like the standard in the industry. But Ahrefs recently changed their pricing. It's pretty clear they don't want small publishers to be part of their software anymore. Seems like they're trying to move up market with their pricing, and they're basically pricing out small publishers. So everybody's kind of upset about that. But if you want to use it, I think they do give you a couple free keywords. So the keyword I'm going to use today is tactical flashlight. And let's see what happens here. Yeah, so it's going to give you some free keywords, right? It gives you the volume, stuff like that. So like what you usually would look at is the keyword. This KD is keyword difficulty. So the lower this difficulty, the easier it's going to be for your lower domain rating site to rank. And then this is the volume of searches probably over a month. And this is the last time they updated the statistics for the keyword. You have phrases, right? Like all these best tactical flashlight, you know, all that kind of stuff that people would look for. Then you have questions like, what is a tactical flashlight? What's a good tactical flashlight? Usually the questions have a lot lower volume, but usually they're a little bit easier to rank for. The other thing you have to think about, though, is search intent. Whereas somebody's asking a question about, like, what is a tactical flashlight doesn't necessarily mean they're in buying mode. But if they're searching for like best tactical flashlight, like they're probably already in buying mode and they're just looking for an option to choose. So that might be a better keyword to target with higher volume and lower competition. I think, let me try this. I don't know. I've never done it, but usually what you can do, since they can't export it, is you can go to Google Sheets and you can usually just drop these in. Yeah. So look, you can copy it, drop it into a Google Sheet, and then you can work with it. So that's a little tip for everybody out there. But that's Ahrefs. If you were to buy the tool, it's much more in depth. It's kind of like, I'll show you what I do in SEMrush probably last. But Ahrefs is kind of, Ahrefs and SEMrush are basically the competitors. And like I said, Ahrefs doesn't want a small publishers using their tool anymore, apparently. Here's another one that I wanted to show you for free. It's called Keyword Shitter. They changed their URL to Keyword Sheeter, but the Keyword Shitter URL still works. And basically, this is like a super simple one. If you do tactical flashlight, you give it a keyword, and I think it uses Google Autocomplete to basically just shit out a bunch of keywords. So let's see what happens. Yeah, look, like it just gives you tons of keywords, but it doesn't necessarily give you any other information about the keyword. But if you're looking for like ideas, you know, tactical flashlight with a holster, belt holder, like it gives you ideas for words you can go after, or maybe you can like use this to drop it into your keyword research tool, right? A lot of times, like I won't know, like what to ask, right? Like you don't know the keyword you're after. So this is one way to kind of go into that. Like even if you were just doing like a hunting site, right? You could just put like hunting in and see what comes up. And it'll give you like thousands of keywords if you want them. So you can just kind of go through it, see if there's any keywords you're interested in. Another one is like just using best, and I'll kind of like give you some like different niches you can get into. So another tip there, it's free. Maybe they have a paid version. I'm not really sure because you can save it to a keyword planner, but I've only really used it to just shit out keywords. Another tool that I like to use. Well, let's just talk about these free ones first. This is not free. You have to pay for it, but it's Moz. It used to be a really popular tool, but people aren't really using it quite as much anymore. But it does have like 3 searches per day. It gives you the volume, you know, the CTR, the difficulty. All these tools give you different like difficulties because it's based on the algorithm they build. But you know, it gives you some ideas for free. Another tool, Ubersuggest by Neil Patel. It is Neil's kind of a polarizing guy. A lot of people like him and a lot of people hate him. But he has this Ubersuggest tool, gives you kind of some more information. But as you can see, this tool says Tactical Flashlight has no search volume when the other tool said it did. So all of these tools you have to kind of like use with a grain of salt because they all use their own ways of like picking the data. That is another free, or not really, I guess there's a free option and then it's a paid upgrade. This one here is Keywords Everywhere, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I searched for Tactical Flashlight in Google. Keywords Everywhere is a Chrome widget that adds this information to the right side here. So you can see here's the trend of like traffic. Up here is the difficulty for their tool. So they have off-page difficulty. Off-page technically usually just means links, and on-page means how well you're optimizing your content for various entities and things like that. It'll tell you if it's a branded query, right? Because like usually if something is branded, like you wouldn't want to go directly after it because people are just trying to navigate to that page, right? Like if I, you know, wanted to like sell Under Armour clothing, right? I'm not going to target the keyword Under Armour because people are trying to go directly to Under Armour's website. The other thing is it adds related keywords here. So it's another good option, right? Shows you the volume, shows you basically like what they think people pay cost per click, and then competition and trend, and also like other things people search for when they search for this keyword. So another way for you to get ideas, long tail keywords are, so like if you think about like a keyword, right? Like flashlight would be like your main keyword. A long tail keyword is like more words, right? Like tactical flashlight for self-defense. So if you think about it on a graph, like most people are going to search for like flashlight, right? It's going to have a huge bar. If you go farther down to the right, you're going to have these longer keywords like tactical flashlight for self-defense, or you're going to get even farther down like tactical laser flashlight 9,000 high lumens, right? So like these things are going to be searched for less, but you're going to have a higher likelihood to be able to rank for them. This tool used to be free. It's paid now, but it's actually really reasonably priced. I would recommend if you want to try the keyword tool. I kind of like the silver package, but you could probably get by with this $21 yearly package if you're just starting out. It'll give you, most of what I just showed you. The only thing it doesn't give you is this SEO minion guy, and I don't know. Like this widget here is not that helpful to me on the search page, but if we were to go into like one of these tactical flashlights, SEO minion will help you with like analyzing your on-page SEO, like shows you like all your target like H1s and H2s and all your links. It's not, I don't think it's, oh, there they are, they're highlighting them, but it's not like perfectly accurate. Helps you find broken links. So it's really like an on-page SEO tool that you get access to if you buy the silver package or the gold package. But yeah, like I said, you can probably get by with the bronze if you're looking for something cheap and you want a keyword tool. The only thing, like the way I see it is the cheaper tools, you have to do a little bit more work yourself. Whereas the more expensive tools, they kind of give you everything on a silver platter. But like if you're willing to go in and do the work instead of paying the money, definitely could go with a cheaper tool. So I recommend this, Keywords Everywhere. It's a pretty good tool. Then there's this other tool that I like called Low Fruits. And these are like, this is kind of like the long tail keyword that I was talking about, right? So you're looking for like lower competition keywords that you have potential to rank for. So I don't have any credits now, so I didn't run a new link, but I've bought a couple $100 worth of credits from this place and used the keywords before. So here's one for tactical flashlight. You'll see our tactical flashlight is legal in the UK. You'll see it only has about 10 volume. Honestly, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't worry too much about the volume being too low because these often aren't that accurate. There's often more searches than reported, and you're not going to rank just for this keyword. You might rank for like 5, 10, more keywords. So you're going to pick up more volume ranking for other keywords. But the thing about this tool that's really cool is it shows you weak spots on the search results. So these are apples, and basically the green apples are they're websites with low domain authority, and they basically, like, you can give it your website, or you can set it to a default of 20 for a low domain authority, and it will find sites that are lower than yours that are ranking on the first page. Like position 1 is a DA17, position 8 is a DA15. If our page is DA20, we have a good chance of trying to outrank them. And also these blue ones used to target forums and user-generated content, and it would be a good sign that you could outrank, because like if there was a Reddit ranking on the first page or a Quora ranking on the first page, which Quora is one of the worst websites on the internet, it would be pretty easy to outrank them. However, Google has recently promoted these sites a lot more, so there's not really that good of a sign anymore that Quora or Google is ranking on the front page, Quora or Reddit. But some of these forums, you may or may not be able to outrank them. Basically, Google just put more emphasis on either authority sites or user-generated content. And I think what they're trying to do is, you have a lot of AI content coming out, right? Google doesn't have the ability to really determine whether all content is AI or not. They could. It's going to be super expensive from like a computing standpoint. They probably do it to some extent, but I think what they did was they hedged their bets, saying if something is a forum or like a Reddit or a Quora that it's user generated, it's going to be more valuable to users because it's not AI. But what's happening is they're boosting like Reddit and Quora. People are just taking over Reddit with AI comments and stuff like that. So they're kind of actually doing damage to the website by promoting it so highly. But good tool for that, like Pro 4 Tactical Flashlight, right? You can see all these low fruits that are in the top positions that we should be able to outrank. This is an older search, so I don't know if it's still accurate, but we could probably outrank some of these pages. I mean, this one's not really that good of an example. Again, I do it live, and it's an old search. So if you did a new search, it would find better low fruit keywords, right? Like Amazon and Google, probably not going to outrank them. Amazon and Walmart, probably not going to outrank them. But it's a good tool. You can filter by like, hey, weak spots in top 3, things like that. You can export it to a list, and it's a really good tool that's reasonably priced. So I think it takes like 1 credit per keyword to analyze the keyword. You can get the keywords for free. Maybe I can do that real quick. Can I do where do I do a new one? Another key is, if you look here, you can do wildcard searches. So you could do like, best flashlight for star, which would be the wildcard. I'm just going to do that tactical flashlight thing again. In the advanced is where you can say exclude these words, include these words. Here's my domain, or you can put in the domain authority that you're looking to beat. Basically, lower than this number is a low fruit. Then there's a bunch of options you can do here. But I'm just going to leave it default. We'll do a search. I think it'll give me the keywords for free. And these are, again, long tail keywords. But kind of, there's different approaches to like ranking a new site. One is find these long tail, low competition keywords, and you can go after them. So you can access these keywords, but you don't get that cool Apple chart that I was showing you. But if you just want some keywords, totally free, analyzing them, not that bad. Like $20 can get you like thousands of keywords analyzed. The only thing I would say is if you want to be like use your credits in the most valuable way is your initial search. You don't want it to be too broad. Like you wouldn't want to put flashlight because you're going to get 2,000-3,000 keywords and you're going to burn through your credits. So you would do like tactical flashlight, or even better, we could go back and do our best tactical flashlight for wildcard. Now this one is telling us too narrow. It's probably right. Maybe we'll just do best flashlight for, and then it'll give us some keywords again for free. So a lot of ways to kind of get started without spending a bunch of money. And the tools are really good. So 267 keyword ideas, we can access that. What you could do is, if you don't want to pay the money, drop these keywords into Google, and then best flashlight for finding golf balls. Interesting. Drop them into Google if you have keywords anywhere, and then you can get the information about it. Best golf ball finding glasses. Interesting. So like, as you can see, the more and more you search, the more you find these like interesting niches, right? Like I would have never thought that somebody would want a pair of glasses to find golf balls, but now that I've seen it, it kind of makes sense, right? Like if you're like me and you're just horrible at golf and you're just like hooking them to the right and left all the time, maybe you want a pair of glasses that are made to find golf balls. I don't know. But yeah, another cool tool, Low Fruits. I'm going to drop all these links in the description for you guys, so you'll have all of them. But I use this tool myself, and I use keywords everywhere myself. Another tool that is free is, you can see I was doing some research on this weight loss keyword here, and also watching a Nas video because I like rap. But another tool that's free, Google Ads keyword discovery tool is free. My account's currently suspended because I forgot to verify it and I haven't been running Google Ads. But here it is. Discover new keywords. Google's kind of funny. They have all these safety like features in here, and apparently tactical flashlight is not an acceptable keyword. It removes the keyword and doesn't give me any ideas. So what I'm going to do is just like flashlight, get results, right? So it gives you like, look, 2 million results for flashlight, right? But we're never going to rank for flashlight. But we can go through, turn this up, and we can drag this to the right. We're kind of looking for more like long tail keywords, right? Brightest LED flashlight, so here's another tool. It gives you the volume, gives you the cost per click, which is probably more accurate than the other tools because it's being reported by Google itself. Gives you the competition and the average monthly searches, right? Which is basically the same thing as your volume. And then here's your trend of the searching. Like it goes up, like some keywords will go up certain times a year, right? Think about like, maybe you want like Christmas lights, right? Like those tend to go up around October, November, things like that. You can see year over year change in trend. So people are starting to search for some of these more often. And this is a good tool. Keep in mind the intent of this tool is for cost per click marketing, but it kind of gives you some of the data that you need for SEO or content marketing. There's another tool in here that gives you trends for just single keywords. Best LED flashlight. I guess we can't use tactical, right? That's just a bad word. So here, best LED flashlight, 1600. CPC is 28. Competition is 1, which means it's probably very competitive. But just if you want to look at specific keywords, you can look at it here. And that's another thing where you can take the keyword from like low fruits and drop them in here. And then we'll look at one more. I want to go back to here. Best flashlight for, I think you can filter these things, exclude adult ideas, add filter. Like maybe we want like a low competition. Here we go. So we found, I don't know what this must be CPC bidding competition. And this must be like search competition. I don't know. You'll have to play around with the tools and get an idea for what they actually do, but they're kind of redundant here. This might mean nobody's bidding on this term. I'm not really sure. But like I said, you can filter by low comp, and then you can find best torchlight for hunting, right? That might be a good keyword. 20 search volume, low competition. The year over year is down though, but I mean, you have to just make a decision at some point whether or not you want to go after it. This one looks pretty cool. Good torch for camping. But yeah, another good free keyword tool, Google Ads. You do have to sign up for a Google Ads account. But also, if you're interested in trying to run paid traffic, I think if you sign up, they'll give you like, usually it's like a match on how much you spend. So like, usually it's about like $100, but I saw one recently that was like $1,000 match. So like if you spent $1,000, they would give you $1,000 for free, which was a really pretty good deal. So if you're interested in that, sign up for Google Ads and you can use that tool. And we will look at the tool that I use the most, which is SEMrush. And SEMrush, I think it has 3 free searches per day, according to Cody, my friend Cody. He said there's 3 free searches per day, and he just maxes them out, just searches every day for a couple keywords. And we're going to do that flashlight again. Well, so we'll search for tactical flashlight. This is the keyword magic tool. It gives you, this is like where I said, like the paid tools give you kind of everything on a silver platter where you don't have to do the additional research. So we looked for this keyword, right? We found 8,800 keywords, 45,000 searches per month. Most of these are low competition. They're 22. And kind of what I look for is green or dark green with volume. And those are the ones that you're going to like have a better chance to rank for. They're actually going to get some searches. But once your site's built up, you can go for these yellows. You can filter them here. So like very easy is dark green. So you might want to, look for tactical flashlight holster. I can imagine a dad walking around a baseball game with a tactical flashlight on his hip, just ready to light something up. And you could do easy. Usually what I do here is like 0 to 29, which you'll find, both of those levels. And also, like I said, some of these ones with low volume, still good to go after. It gives you another idea here of whether it's a commercial term. Basically, it gives you search intent. So this tells you somebody's looking to buy or looking to, I guess, investigate, whereas transactional is looking to buy. I is informational, so they would be looking for an informational article. Like, those are the ones you would make money off display ads, whereas commercial and transactional, you would make money off of affiliate offers more. And there's also a navigational intent. Navigational intent, you are probably not going to want to go after. Some of these aren't too bad though. Like Bushnell tactical flashlight, you could probably still go after it because it's transactional. But if you would go to, this is where I was saying like Under Armour, you wouldn't want to go after like navigational right here for Under Armour or Under Armour outlet, right? So I tend to stick to transactional, commercial, or informational, depending on what I am going after. Another cool thing about SEMrush is we're doing a broad match right now. So it will find like tactical and flashlight probably anywhere. A lot of times you'll get mixed up with like some keywords you don't want. So you can do a phrase match, which kind of narrows it down. In this case, it didn't really narrow it down that much, but it does in a lot of the cases I use. And you can do exact match. And there's also a related queries, which I haven't really been taking advantage of this, but maybe I should. It found 1,500 keywords with almost a million volume. And these are all still lower competition because they're yellow. Yellows I would still go after with some of my sites that have like been built up for a while. But you also have to like remember that these keyword tools are using their own interpretations of your ability to rank. So the last thing you do is you just drop it into Google, look at what's ranking. And you take a look at like some of the sites that are ranking. This looks like we looked at this earlier. It looks like it's maybe a brand. Yeah, it's a brand. So they're probably like ranking pretty good. Nightcore, probably another brand. But like, I still don't think these are like sites that are impossible to outrank. So I would check Ahrefs, DR. You can check it with SEMrush, but like I said, you have to get like used. So it's a 45. It's pretty strong, but I probably wouldn't like myself go after tactical flashlight, but like I might go after like, I don't know, tactical military flashlight. Yeah, like some other brands ranking, Maglite. One thing that you kind of like want to look for when you're doing this is see if you can find a niche site that's ranking. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to like identify. Let's see if we go a little bit deeper into like lower volume keywords. Let me sort by volume. If we go into like some of these lower volume keywords, like I said, we don't really want flashlight or any of this high volume stuff. So we'll go like 0 to 29. And I'm going to go, like I said, lower volume, lower difficulty. Maybe this one. It's only 5, but I guarantee you it gets more searches. Oh no, it's a 170. So actually, like just this niche itself actually looks like pretty lucrative because a lot of low volume, like low competition stuff to outrank. This here might be a niche site. Yep, it looks like it's probably a niche site, right? They're just doing reviews on different types of flashlights, and these guys look like they're actually doing some kind of research on like lumens and stuff. So they're probably doing a pretty good job of reviewing these flashlights. But this kind of site you look for and see, you know, what, like if there's a niche site ranking, good sign. If you can outright like that, you can rank. We'll check their DR just to do it. Wow, pretty strong for a site like that. 44, but like some of my like mid-range ones are in the 30s, and you know, like you're probably it'll probably take a while before you would build up to that, just to be honest. But that's kind of what I look at, and then just look through, see if you think you can outrank some of these sites based on the difficulty, or I guess based on the you base it on like their domain ranking, but also you base it on the content. So like a lot of times like bad content will rank. Sometimes you can outdo them. A lot of these are branded still. This is kind of like a shift in Google where they don't want to send traffic to any little guys. They want to send it to all these big companies now. But that's what I would do. I would go after some of these. If we go, wow, a lot of these terms are like not that long tail, but their difficulty is pretty low. So they might like it looks like this, like if you wanted to do a site about flashlights, like it might be a good one to go after. But you'll see like a lot of times the same sites are ranking. We see Nightcore brand, Amazon, that one lumen we looked at, that niche site, Home Depot, another Amazon, another Phoenix Lighting. I don't know what Google's doing ranking like these multiple pages from the same domain, but they seem to like it lately. Gear Junkie's a good niche site. They're probably pretty strong, but they kind of review all kinds of like gear, backpacks, flashlights, tents, stuff like that. And like if you wanted to get a idea of like how, I didn't realize they were so strong. But if you want to get an idea of like how to build out a good niche site, take a look at like people like this. They do good. They get links and they're very powerful. Sorry, I'm like scrolling through really fast, but model your content after these people that are doing well. Another one that I look at, I guess, since we're on that topic, is New York Times Wirecutter, which is their basically product review section. And I kind of, if you look at their content, you kind of model it after that. So like I've made boxes that look like this, little blurbs under them, and they like to put like, hey, this is our top pick. Here's the budget pick. Also great. Like these put like BS in some of these, but if it's working for them, the UX is probably decent, and I figure I'll just copy it. So yeah, that is my quick overview of how I would research keywords. I don't know if I went in depth enough, but if you're just starting out, you're likely going to want to target lower competition keywords with some search volume, or maybe no search volume, like mix it up. But there is also this kind of concept of topical authority that's been coming into play. So basically, if you think about it, when Google is evaluating these sites, they're seeing a lot of pages, right, for these entities or these words and relationships. When they look at like what they consider a legitimate site, those sites are not going to go after only low competition keywords, right? So they're going to have articles about, best, I don't know, flashlight, or like some of these higher competition keywords. You're not going to rank for them, but it kind of sends a good signal that you're covering the topic in whole. And what you do is interlink those posts together, and it gives like the crawler a way to like go through each post and find all your posts. And there's a theory that if you have enough topical authority, that Google really has like no choice but to start ranking your site, because you cover the topic from every angle. You literally are the authority on the topic. So that is another thing that you can think about. Maybe write some content that you don't think you're going to rank for, but do it so that you're covering the topic in whole for your users. It's kind of like it's a tough world out there right now with the way Google is behaving. Like I said, they've made it pretty clear they only want to boost these big publishers. They don't want little websites to survive, but I still think it's worth trying to start one. Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they will, with all the spam going to Reddit and things like that, maybe they'll have to drop those in rank and they'll start ranking niche sites again. But the other option for doing these kind of sites is the partnership model that I was talking about, where you find a brand and you basically you make your own Wirecutter on their website. But if you're brand new, probably the partnership is not going to be the best way to go. You're going to want to build up a site or two, get a feel for it before you start approaching a partner, because the last thing you want to do is nail a partnership and then tank their site because you don't know what you're doing. So I would say go after your own sites, build them, learn all about the process, and then you can start thinking about these partnerships and expanding. This video has been going on for pretty long, so I don't know if anybody's even going to hang in there, but I am going to wrap it up for today. Might dive into this topic again another day, but hopefully at least like some of the tools I dropped will be helpful for somebody. So I'll see you tomorrow.